I've thought long and hard about the best way to intro this video, but there was no delicate way of putting this, so I'm just gonna say it. Today, I'm gonna attempt to make and eat the gassiest dish I can create. I'm gonna try to cook something and then eat the whole thing so that I could be one with the wind. First, I did some research to see which types of food yield the most gas. The obvious ones are cruciferous vegetables like cabbage and kale. Now, there's a lot of insoluble fiber here, so when that goes into your system and sits there for a while before you can go and make a deposit at the bathroom bank. Garlic and onion are also popular fart inducers because they contain sugars that are hard to break down. It's kind of like the ones you find in the bran of whole grains like farro or brown rice or any type of grain like that. And some people have an easier time digesting this than others, so it really depends on the person. Another obvious food group here, dairy. Even if you're not lactose intolerant, can still make you gassy. Processed meats like bacon. And everyone's favorite, the one that never lets us down, beans. So here's what we're gonna dish out today. A fartastic farro and bean stew that's gonna be topped with a cheesy, garlicky, butter roasted cabbage. First, I'm gonna make the garlic butter. So we've got our dairy, melted butter. To that, I'm gonna add a bunch of garlic. This is supposed to be a gassy dish, but I also want it to smell good before it goes through my system. So I'm gonna add some thyme. And I'm gonna mix this all up. I'm doing this challenge not because I think it's gonna taste gross. This is gonna taste amazing, I'm sure, but I'm just preparing myself and those around me for the after effects. Now for the cabbage. Hello, fartness, my old friend. I want to roast these up as cabbage steaks. So I want to do nice big rounds. Just cutting through like that, making them a little bit thick. I love cabbage. It's one of my favorite ingredients, especially growing up. It's deadly, man, right? I've got a baking tray here. Just gonna spread it out. Then over the top, I'm going to generously add that garlic butter. As this bakes in the oven, that garlic butter is going to seep through all those cabbage layers. It's gonna be delicious. Now for the stinky cheese. Oh yeah, the stinkier the better. I guess you could use whichever cheese. Cheese in general is very farty, but I'm choosing a stinkier one so that we can get stinkier results. Just adding little pads of it over the top. This goes into the oven at 400 degrees for about 30 to 35 minutes. I just want to get nicely roasted and golden brown and see that stinky cheese melt. Meanwhile, I'm gonna make the stew. So I have a pot heating up here. I'm just gonna add some bacon. Then I'm gonna add a stinky onion. We love stinky onion. Carrot and celery, so we got our mirepoix, right? Just saute that for a little bit, let it get translucent. I'm gonna go in with some farro. You can also use barley. Some people like to soak whole grains like this overnight to help your body digest it, but it's still got the bran on it, so I'm sure it's gonna yield some toots. For the liquid, choosing some veggie broth and some canned crushed tomatoes. Give that a mix and let it cook there for about 20 minutes on low heat. Oh, this smells so good. The cabbage is almost done. I can smell it from here. This is ready. Just needs the kale and the beans. I'm using canned beans here. We know that fried or greasy food also makes you gassy, but this is really good food. At this point, you could just season it with a little salt and pepper. And then let that continue cooking for another 5 minutes. Look at that stew. It's glorious. And look at these roasted cabbage steaks. They've wilted down a bit and got toasty, and that stinky cheese melted and browned beautifully on top. I'm gonna spoon some of the stew onto my bowl and then top it with some cabbage steaks. And there you have it, the gassiest meal ever. Let's see if it's tasty. Just get a little bit of everything. It's so good. That is scrumptious. It's funky, it's delightful. So I'm gonna finish this off and then let you know what happens in a couple hours. All right, it's been several hours later. I've been working in my office here, but I and others around me can confirm that my bottom has given loud, generous applause for this gassy dish. I feel proud. I feel really good.
That's nothing to be proud about.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
No, it's not.
Just let me have this one. Do I recommend this dish? Yes, it's delicious, but try it at your own risk.